looks like the Chicago Bears officially have their new offensive coordinator, as Luke Getsy has accepted the job offer from the Chicago Bears. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And as always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. I've been trying to cover the Bears as closely as I can with all of the news in this offseason. So again, make sure you are having your post notifications turned on, because I'm putting out videos every day. Big news with regards to the offensive coordinator position for the Chicago Bears, which I mentioned to you is the biggest hire the Bears are going to make this offseason. Obviously, after the GM and the head coaching position is going to be the OC job. And it looks like we've got our new OC in Luke Getsy, who I told you guys about, made a video on, that he was the guy that Matt Eberflus was targeting for this role. He had his guy in mind as soon as Matt Eberflus took the job. It was Luke Getsy, and he's coming over from the Packers. He was their passing game coordinator, and now he's going to come over to the Bears and actually call plays as the offensive coordinator. So, as I mentioned, I've talked about him before, but I need to go more in depth with you guys this time about Luke Getsy and what this offense could potentially look like. First of all, is this a good hire? Is this a good fit? Let me say this. When you are somebody that doesn't have experience calling plays at the NFL level, keep that in mind. He called plays in college. He was an offensive coordinator there. But when you have no experience calling plays at the NFL level, it's very hard to say that for sure, I know he's going to be good, just because you haven't seen him do it before, right? If you've seen somebody do it before, obviously it's a lot easier to say, hey, yeah, I trust this guy. I know his offense can be legit. That's why I was such a big proponent of Pep Hamilton coming over and taking the OC job, because we've seen him do it before. And we need known quantities, known certainties with the Bears, not unknowns, right? We're trying to just fix this, and we're trying to fix it in the most surefire way possible. And Luke Getsy, for as much as people might like him, and for as much as people speak highly of him, right, with the Packers organization, even Aaron Rodgers likes him, he's an unknown. He's an unknown at this point because we've never seen him do it before at the NFL level. Even still, let's talk about his offensive philosophies, okay? He is going to help bring a more collegiate style offense to the Chicago Bears. Again, I'm going off of what I've researched in terms of how his offensive philosophies and play style are, right? Again, he worked in college as an OC, and we're talking about a more collegiate style offense. Tons of RPOs, which is good for Justin Fields' run-pass options, right? You want to always keep the defense on their toes and be able to not know what you're doing. And quick shots downfield, right? That's another component here. We need a vertical passing game and be able to challenge the ball down the field. Now, Justin Fields, even though his stats in his rookie year weren't very good, we did see the talent jump off the page because you saw the deep ball, you saw the accuracy. So we need to utilize that more. And as far as Matt Eberflus mentioning that he was going to pull somebody from the Shanahan tree, well, Luke Getsy is going to blend in some of that Shanahan pre-snap motion, put in some of that as well. So again, just to recap here, tons of RPOs, more collegiate style offense, quick shots downfield, ton of pre-snap motion. All sounds great. Excited for it. And with a quarterback like Justin Fields, how I want him utilized is in a similar way to how Russell Wilson is utilized. Now, I don't like the Seattle Seahawks offense in particular, but with Russell Wilson, it's all about efficiency, right? Russell Wilson's all about efficiency. He doesn't throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. He'll throw the ball 25, 30, maybe 35 times a game at most, and it's all efficient, right? He'll get his touchdowns, and he'll get his throws down, and it'll be deep shots, and he's one of the best deep ball passers in the NFL. That's kind of how I want Justin Fields to play, because we know Justin Fields is more of a passer than a runner, but let's not waste the fact that he can run. And same thing with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson will run when he needs to. Same thing with Justin Fields. I don't want him out there getting hurt, but let's not make him a complete pocket passer. So I like the fact that, again, RPOs are there, but maybe too many RPOs might not be a good thing there. Quick shots downfield, you love that. You want to be able to challenge the defense vertically. And pre-snap motion, I mean, that's what every elite quarterback, is good at. You got to be able to know what's going to happen before the ball is snapped to be able to read the defense. That's Justin Fields making those progressions. So again, I like the style of the offense that I'm reading from Luke Getsy and what he'll bring to the table. The question just remains is he going to be good at it? And that still remains to be seen. Again, a known quantity versus an unknown. You're always going to want to go with what you know has worked before. Even still, obviously, I'm going to be rooting for Luke Getsy. Hopefully, he's going to be a brilliant OC. And another thing that I want to mention here that a lot of people don't know about is Luke Getsy was actually instrumental in the development of Davante Adams. Davante Adams has a lot of good things to say about Luke Getsy. And Davante Adams obviously has turned into one of, if not the best wide receivers in football. And that's no small task here, no small feat here to be able to help Davante Adams. Now, again, the talent's always there, but for a guy that good to say so many good things about Luke Getsy, it speaks volumes to him. So a credit there to Luke as well. So overall, collegiate-style offense, RPOs, quick shots downfield, pre-snap motion. He was instrumental in developing Davante Adams. Maybe he can do the same for Darnell Mooney. Who knows? So let's see what happens. But cautiously optimistic is where I am. But in the same vein, I'm going to tell you straight up, guys, I would have preferred them to bring in an offensive coordinator that called plays before. That's just how I feel. Pep Hamilton, again, a guy like that. There were other guys that I mentioned to you guys that, again, have called plays before. I know Darrell Bevel's the guy that I mentioned as well. Again, it's not that I'm in love with any of these guys, but the fact is they have experience, which is something Luke Getsy does not. So let's see what happens here. As far as the quarterbacks coach, as far as the passing game coordinator, Pep Hamilton's not taking that job. I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to want to go somewhere where he's going to be able to call plays, and we already gave that job to Luke Getsy, so you can cross him out. There's talk about maybe Joe Brady being that guy. I'll talk about him in a separate video. But that's the other position left to be filled now, passing game coordinator, who's going to be in charge of that. But overall, folks, Luke Getsy, this is the style of offense that he's going to bring to the Chicago Bears. So let's see how much of a turnaround the Bears have in terms of their offense. Cross my fingers that it's going to be a big one. So let me know what you guys think about Luke Getsy. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.